Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Delivery day, JoyToy Warhammer 40k day. Dun, dun. I've got all these Ultramarines come in. The Primaris Captain Sidonicus, the Lieutenant Horatius, the Lieutenant Amulius, and the Veteran Sergeant Icastus, it looks like. So these four came today. I'm going to review them all together at the same time. I also got these Space Wolves Ragnar Blackmane, who I'm reviewing separately because his box is kind of deep. It's a different sort of size and it came in a separate delivery to these four. Okay, so let's get a look at the boxes first. Let's go from my right to left. So Icastus first, or Icastus, looks pretty cool. Tells us he's 12 cm, this should be body 2. Looks nice, I like the look of that. Then we have the Lieutenant Amulius, maybe. Looks good as well. Then we have the Lieutenant Horatius, or Horatius, who knows. I like the sort of laurels on his helmet, and that unhelmeted head looks particularly nice, I gotta say. I do like that. Get sort of a Terminator vibe there. Looks pretty cool. And then we come to the captain, and he's got the cloak, which is going to make him balance backwards probably, but big feet shouldn't be a problem. Sidonicus. Now I've taken the cellophane plastic off already, but I haven't opened any of the boxes. Oh, he's got these tassels hanging down from his backpack. Does look pretty damn nice. Okay, let me just pause this, unbox them, set them up, and I'll be back in an instant for you guys. So let's get into this. Okay, here they are. They do look rough. Let me just brighten this up a little bit. Now, this is everything they come with. I haven't taken out the hands for all, and I've only taken out these holsters for these two because they're the same. So the hands we've seen already. We have the 2-finger special. We have, that's a left hand. We have a alternative right hand grip. We have a left hand fist that will have the same. And then we have a classic left hand open, good for poses like this or for holding weapons with 2 hands, but only one comes with a 2-handed weapon. Okay, how's our brightness looking? Let's have a look. Okay, good. Oh, why did it change for? We go up again. Okay. They all come with cards since they're all named characters. Look at the cards first. We go from left to right. So the captain, Sidonicus, it looks like. Here's the artwork. Get a bit of a, there we go, a bit of a glare on that. If you read Chinese, you can read the back. You can pause and read that. Pretty cool. Next one is the Horatius, or Horatius rather. Nice artwork. Now his unhelmeted head is absolutely awesome. Let's get the bio on the back again. You can pause if you want to read that. Try and get a picture without glare. There you go. Then we come to Amulius, I think, who's obviously got like a Gene Stealer cult head or something there. Nice artwork again. Here's the bio if you can read Chinese or want some to translate for you. And then we come to Icastus, or Icastus. It sounds like a magic spell almost. Nice artwork again, looks very, very cool. And once again, if you want to get someone to help you with the Chinese, if you don't read it yourself, you can pause, screenshot, and they can translate for you. Okay, very, very cool. Nice figures. Okay, let's look at the figures. We'll go from left to right, same order. So start with the captain, who is my favourite. There's lots of little details on him. So this sword we have seen already. It's a very, very nice looking sword. Let's get the focus worked out. There we go. But that sort of blue source lighting for me is a bit, yeah, could have been better. But it is cool. And here, oops, here he is. So he's got his double-handed, his big gun there, his small gun there. Some nice details like that skull on the knee, the shoulder, sort of giving us a Judge Dredd almost feel about it. Pretty cool on the head sculpt as well, has to be said. Loving these sort of details here. Skull there, the Ultramarines logo. He's got his little cloak, the little tassels on the back there. Very, very nice. I think he just looks really good. All those little details give him such great shelf presence. We come to the next one, Horatius. Let's look at his alt head first. This is really cool. This is the sort of thing that 1/18 scale guys will cast, remove the back blue parts from the cast, and then mod it to use on other figures like Hulk size or Juggernaut size figures from Marvel Universe, because that'll look great. And yes, I'm giving you what my future plans are. Maybe that's a great alternate head. Really, really cool. Let's look at the figure. So he comes with this gun and a chainsaw. I think this gun might be new. I don't recall seeing this gun before with that little clip there. So I'm a bit not confused, wondering if I've seen that one before. Very nice. I do like this new paint scheme with this dark as opposed to edge highlighting. We'll look at that in more detail a bit later. Nice details on the pauldron around there, which seems a bit new, and his forearms as well. Very, very cool. I do like this, and he's got the laurels on his head. I like that a lot. Now, the next two, I've got this guy kneeling down, Amulius. They've got this really cool thing, which I didn't notice before on any other Ultramarines, and that is they've got the Ultramarines logo inside that sort of halo thing there, which is really great. That same sword we've seen, these sort of leather parts, which should really be sliced up, would be better. They do look good. The gun with removable magazine looks good. Very, very nice. His alternate head. Is here. That's quite realistic, actually, quite stern. I'm not sure about the parting, mind you, but never mind. And then we come to the last one, which is Icastus or Icastus. I've put in a sort of dynamic pose. He does look good again. At least this leather is split, or this pretend leather is split in one place. That same sort of Ultramarines logo in the back there looks great. Very, very nice looking. And let's look at his alternate head. I should point out on the Captain Sidonicus, you can take out the magazine from his big gun as well. Another good, decent head sculpt. Okay, let's go through size. Now they're all supposed to be 12 cm to the top of the head, give or take. Then obviously if they've got the little sort of halo things or whatever on the backpacks, they'll be taller again. So let's go for the guy Horatius, since he's standing straight, and he is 12 to the top of the head, pretty much on the button. So as advertised. So what I'll do now is do a quick comparison with one of the that's a bit unfair. One of the body ones, the Invictus Warsuit pilots always use him. It's a bit unfair because he's not in bulky armour. And we'll also see the big difference in how their colouring is done. So if I move these two slightly apart, there's going to be a size difference anyway. You see that they are bigger than him. Not a huge difference, but their armour is more chunky. And so they're probably about maybe up to ½ centimetre possibly taller. But the big difference for me, the size is fine, is the colouring. I mean, this guy is all edge highlighted white and whatnot, which takes quite a long time. Whereas these guys are, let's go for the heavy wash. And I kind of prefer the heavy wash. You could do both, you know, you could do it yourself if you've got the time, but Also, the heavy wash makes the blue look darker, and the edge highlighting makes it look a lot lighter. So there's a bit of a disparity in the blues, you know. I do prefer the new look. Okay, we'll go for articulation. I'll only choose one, since it'll be pretty much the same on all. The only difference might be on the captain slightly because of his pauldrons and more bulk, but it'll be a small difference. I'll take Amulius. Let's take his gun out and his sword off. Now, if you saw the last two videos I did from this with the new body, you know that the shoulders aren't great, but the wrists are fantastic. So first up, now this one not move like the other ones because it's inserted in two places. The nozzles will still move. Good. Arm will go all around. It is on a ratchet. Sideways is going to be really, really bad, unfortunately, and they are going to pop out of joint if you go too far. That is about it. Much further. There we go. And it pops out. And you've got to push quite... See, that's not in quite firmly for it to click back into place. So that was a bit of a shame, you know. So I keep saying, if they'd kept the peg system but joined this peg at the bottom, you'd have much more space to go further up. So it's not even 90, which is a real shame. But they're in bulky armor, so what do you expect? Bicep bend. You know, he's got this forearm part here is a bad place because it limits his bicep bend to about 90 degrees. And these guys have better than 90. This one, if I turn it around, again, it's getting about 90. Now, the wrist is really good now compared to before. Before it was okay. It's a barbell system, and look at that. Look, you can turn, but look at that range of motion going down, going up, going in and out. So good for holding guns. Now, if I put the light on, you can see the little gap in there. I don't mind that because you get such better posability for your action poses. So, trunk is a forwards, backwards. There's a small side to side, small turn. But with the waist, big turn. The backwards is good, but now things are getting in the way. The downwards is pretty damn good, but he will pop out, and the side to side is pretty good too. Hips are going to suffer from these things added on. Sideways is that far, it's not a lot, but it's good enough for these bulk. Forwards is pretty damn good, all things considered. And backwards is pretty damn good too, considering his legs aren't going out as much. There is a thigh twist. There's double kneecap, which is really tight because in the bulk, but it is ugly knee gap. There is a boot twist on both. There is a tippy toe, but you have to sort of work the heel to get inside the armor. There is a dorsiflexation, but it's very small on these. They could increase that by reducing some of the plastic on the inside, so he doesn't get much of a lean forwards. There is foot swivel in and out, and they do have toe articulation, which means for some poses you can actually get them to go onto their toes. So I can get Sky to do it quickly. There we go, like thus. And you can see standing on his toes there quite nicely. So articulation is good. Just the shoulders, I think, is the letdown. There's improvements on the waist. The wrists are phenomenal now. I think they're so good for holding weapons. These are 4 fantastic figures. Particularly if you're collecting the Ultramarines, you're definitely going to want to get these, or at least get one of these named characters to lead your squad or whatnot. I think they are absolutely great. Cracking figures. Just that shoulder joint is like, let me down. They are slightly bigger than Body 1, well, in these armor versions here, but that's fine. They still scale perfectly well, and they do look good. If you haven't done so already, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen now. Also, subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel here if you haven't done so already, and click that notification icon to stay up to date when the latest videos come out, with news, reviews, blah, 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 etc. Stay happy, keep collecting. Until the next one. Bye-bye.